Here's how you make a simple collage on a free photo editing website called BeFunky.com. Just go to the website. You're going to have two choices here. You can edit photos, so that would be just working on one photo at a time. And you also can create a collage. So for this project that we were making bookmarks for Valentine's Day. We clicked on create a collage or create collage. Once you click on it, you're going to see your editor window open up, and on the left-hand side will be all of your choices. The first choice would be pictures, so you want to add your photos by clicking on the Add Photo button. You can use any photo that you have saved on your computer. So I'm just going to select a few pictures and then press open. So any pictures that I wanted, that I selected, can come over here now into the website. The next choice you have is to pick a template. So right now there is a template in the middle of the screen. One downfall to the site is that it's hard to see where the template ends. But if I put my mouse over here, you'll see this blue line. To the left of the blue line is like a gray area, and to the right of it is the template. So it has one big picture in the middle and then three down the side. But what I really wanted to do was a different template for a bookmark, and that one's not going to work. So I'm going to click on the template tab, and they're going to show you some feature collages, but I'm going to go into the grid category, and I'm going to choose the 3 vertical boxes. So once I click on it, it's going to change my template in the middle of the screen, so now I can work with this grid. So the first thing I like to do is put my pictures back in, so I'm going to go back to the picture tab. I'm going to pull and drag, click and drag those pictures over. And then once the pictures are in there, you can move them around. There's like a little bit of wiggle room. You see I'm moving it up and down. Sometimes you can move them left and right. Oops. But see how I moved that over too much and made an extra copy, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to just, what I did was I clicked the trash can to get rid of it, so now I'm just going to drag that picture back over. So now I have my 3 pictures. You could kind of see the outline of the bookmark now. And I'm going to go to the next tab, which is the background tab. And that's going to give me a spacing slider where I can slide my pictures and make them smaller so I can put some space in between them to add text or pictures or even a pattern background. If you don't like to have a square, you like rounded corners, it gives you a corner rounder slider. So I'm just going to slide that over. And you could see my pictures in the middle rounding out. If I go all the way over, you could turn them into complete circles. So depending on what you want, from a square to a circle, you can do that. You can change the background color here. Depending on how good your printer is how good it will print out. So if you want, you can change it to a color. And leave mine like that. Oops. Make sure you click on it, otherwise it continues to change. And now the next area is patterns. So with the patterns, there's different categories again. I'm going to go to heart because we're working on Valentine's Day. You could put a heart pattern in your background. Oops. Just drop it off in that area. Make sure you don't drop it over a picture because patterns can take a place of an empty grid in your box. Then you'd have to go back over to your pictures and pull your picture back over. Now I have a pattern background, my pictures. I can go into the next tab, T for text. This is to add any kind of typing you want or words over your pictures. So you pick the font that you want and a text box will open up. Double click in the text box and then just type what you want it to say. Now it kind of looks like I can't see that, so maybe because it's white I should change the color. No, that didn't work. I'm going to try it again. Again, with free sites, sometimes you have to play around with them a little bit. So it just showed up, and maybe it was the font I was using. And I don't really want that to be green, so I'm going to click on this color box, and I'm going to change the color. And then I can just click Add Text again. It should keep your last font settings. And then you could just drag it where you want it to go. Use the corner circles to resize. So now I had added some text in. If I wanted to, I could just select this text and choose a different font and it will change it for me. Okay, you're not stuck with that one font choice. You can also change the color. You could center words or put it to the left, to the right. You have alignment choices as well. Okay, and the last area would be this, I call them stickers or graphics. They call them goodies. So you can click on there and choose any kind of picture or overlay for your pictures. There's different categories, so if you click on love for this Valentine's project, you're going to find lots of hearts and things that go with love. So I'm going to just choose this, pull it over. You can resize the pictures. You can rotate them. You can change the color of it. So as long as that graphic is selected, click on the color box and then you could change the color. You can add as many things as you want. Now you will notice that sometimes there are items that are starred. That's going to tell you that you need to upgrade and then you'd have to pay. So I try to use any of the free items. I think there's plenty of free things to play around with that I don't need to pay for the premium subscription. So you could put some little pictures on there. And just so you know, anything that hangs over the edge of your template will not save or print out. So you see where this template ends on that blue line? Anything to the right of that is not going to save. So that little bird is going to get cut off unless you put it right onto the template. Okay, when you think you're done, all you have to do, I'm just leaving that for now. All you have to do is save it. I try and print from the site, but it doesn't print so well for me. So I save it first to my computer and then I print it out. So I press save. It's going to ask you where you want to save it. By default, it's going to save to your computer. All the social media sites will be turned off. I press save again. I give the file a name and press save again. It's going to ask where you want to put it and press save again. So it's a lot of pressing save. So now it told me it's saved to my desktop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my file section and I'm going to open up that project. Here it is. Let me just move it. So here it is from my computer, and from here it's now saved as an image, so I'm going to just print it out like I would print out any image from my computer. Pick the size. For a bookmark, 5x7 works, except make sure you uncheck this box, fit picture to frame, because if you look at the preview, it's going to cut off your project. If you uncheck this box, then you'll see it will print the whole entire project. And then press print. So once the students printed them out, what we did was we backed them with Valentine's Day cardstock, and then we added some ribbon on the top. So here are a few examples of those, and then they came out really cute. So have fun. Remember that this site you can do any type of collage with. It doesn't have to be a bookmark. Just pick a different template and you could just make any kind of picture and print it out any size you want. Okay, so go to befunky.com and have some fun.